Welcome to Impact Roasters.
My name is Daniel. I'm from Ethiopia, from the southern part of Ethiopia. That's where I grew up, and I came from a coffee growing region in Ethiopia. So as a kid, I grew up roasting coffee and all that. When I finished my elementary and high school, I went to study at Jimma University. I finished my bachelor in 2005, and then I worked for about 2-3 years in Ethiopia, in Addis. And it's in 2009 or 2010 I met my girlfriend, who is from Denmark. We met each other in Ethiopia. And in 2012 I came with her. And then when I came to Denmark, I discovered that the coffee they drink here in Denmark is quite different from the coffee we drink in Ethiopia. So this business idea of me bringing Ethiopian coffee started playing some 5-6 years ago. And in 2014 I started my master's at CBS, and while I was doing my master's, so I was working on the idea. I was also writing my thesis paper with fair trade and other trade models, and I got more knowledge there, and then I decided to get in the coffee business after talking to my family back in Ethiopia. So they promised they can help me. I can bring Ethiopian coffee, I can roast it here. And then me and my wife, we decided we can support the farmers, we can work direct with the farmers. And then we gave the name Impact Roasters, because our aim is not just getting the coffee from the farmers, but also doing some impact projects with them. So we wanted to bridge between the coffee producers and the coffee consumers here in Denmark. So it's in 2015 we actually started bringing the coffee from Ethiopia. So we were learning about the market, talking to micro roasters and some people in the coffee industry here. And from 2015 to 2017 I was also roasting, learning how to roast with a micro roastery. And then in 2017, I decided to have my own roastery. So this place was opened in June 2017. So we opened with that roastery with a capacity of about 60 kilo an hour. And now we roast most of our coffee here. And in 2018, also we opened another roastery in Valby Station. That is also doing well. In Ethiopia, we have only Ethiopian coffee, and coffee actually is not imported to Ethiopia. And we are used to only one type of, the different varieties of Ethiopian coffee, like Sidama, Yegachafe, Guji, or Limu. These coffees we are used to. But when I came to Denmark, then there are different types of coffee, like Brazilian or Colombian, and different kinds. Plus, the way we make is quite different from Ethiopia. They make here is different from Ethiopia. We make in Jabana in the traditional way, where the coffee actually tastes really good and it's not really too much burned. But here you can see a lot of low-grade coffees, and I never tasted any Robusta until I came to Denmark. And Robusta is the lower grade quality of coffee. So you find this a lot of commercial. If you go to a lot of coffee shops, restaurants, you find these blends with a low-grade coffee and high-grade coffee, and mixed. So you see a lot of these differences. But in Ethiopia, we have only Arabica, which is considered the best high-quality Arabica, and the taste is also different. It's quite fruity and floral, and there is a sweetness to it. Even you don't need to have even sugar; you can just drink it. So we thought, okay, the coffee here in Denmark tastes different, and they come from all over the world. Maybe there are 59 countries all over the world, and they come from all those countries. And in Ethiopia, we have only Ethiopian coffee. So then we thought, okay, Ethiopian coffee could be better because it's it grows high up in the mountains, and the sweetness is higher compared to the coffees here. So then we decided to do it, and since we started bringing our coffee, our customers also like it now. So then we thought, okay, it's a good place to do our business. Yeah, doing business is easy compared to many African countries, like the registration, paying the moms, and all this. You do it just online, and the system is very, very good. For me, for example, to get the license, I never had any problem. Just I did it online and then finish. That's easy. The problem is always capital. When you are a small startup, everything is so expensive here, and you need to have a substantial amount of substantial amount of capital fund. The biggest challenge has been fund, and for us, we decided, because we couldn't get a fund, so we decided to use our saving. And that's not the only challenge, but also getting the right customer. Until you are well branded, until people know your product, it always takes time. What I would say is, if you have a good business idea with a fund, it is easy to start here. This is a roasting machine. This is where we roast our coffee beans from here. You can see the beans. This coffee, this is a hopper, we call it. This is where we put the coffee. And this is the drum where the coffee roasts. This is the roasting section. And this is the cooling tray, we call it. So the coffee, once it is roasted and finished, it cools down right in here. And this machine has a capacity of 60 kilo an hour. You can roast about half a ton a day on this machine. So it's quite a big capacity machine we have here. We have a bit smaller at the Valby station. That's also where we're roasting our coffee.
So you take from there, you roast, and after you put it in the small
envelope. Yeah, in the boxes, and then we pack from there. Yeah.
Okay. And also, one of curiosity, you've got a bike.
Yeah.
Tell me about the bike.
This bike I bought it almost 4 years ago when I was learning more about coffee. So that's where I became a barista. This is our first espresso machine with the bike. I started selling coffee in the streets first. That was almost 4 years ago. I was in the Drone Louisa Bridge, in the Fela Park, and in the city center, going with the bike, selling in the streets. From there, that we decided to open a roastery with a shop here. This is built of, this is an espresso machine. We have a grinder, and this is a box. So it's three-wheel bike, and it's more like a small coffee bar. You can consider it.
If they would like to have a really nice cup of coffee, where they can find you?
To Impact Roasters. Just come to Impact Roasters at Valby Station or Langali Station, and you can have really, really nice, delicious Ethiopian coffee here.